At the very beginning of this story, we are told that due to global warming, the polar ice has started to melt. As a result, the sea levels have begun to rise, causing large cities to sink underwater. All food and drink supplies start to run out, and eventually famine spreads everywhere. Humans begin to struggle for every grain. However, there is still one country left. A nation that still has abundant food supplies in that very country. There is plenty of food and drink. And in the same country, the main character of our movie lives in, Singh. Also, for the past 10 years, the city has break-off relations with all other countries so that it can get its food and other resources. They don't have to share it with any other country. But these people don't know that this is just the beginning of the danger to come, because here, a catastrophe is about to hit the city. You will get goosebumps after watching it. The movie then introduces the main character, Singh, who lives in the same city and used to be a very good boxer. But now he's wreaking havoc all over the world. If it is over, then there is no boxing left now, and he is unable to meet his expenses either. That is why he takes up the job of transporting goods. In other words, he now works as a transporter. But this isn't easy, as people are now starving and robbers try to steal his goods. But as you know, he used to be a boxer, so it was better than all those things. He would deal with the situation and deliver the goods on time, but the work was dangerous. That's why Singh's wife, Prin, was always worried about what might happen to her husband. But even she, the poor woman, was unaware of the dangers that lay ahead. Now, friends, how did this country still have food left in the midst of this terrible devastation? Let us explain. Actually, in this city, there was a man named Basu. He lives in a businessman's company. I have grown food items, and the whole city eats the stuff, and at the same time, the city and the government are under Basu. So friends, Basu had every luxury, but his wife has been with him for the last 2 years. He is sick with COVID-19. The doctors are raising their hands. He has already said that his wife cannot be treated, but in the meantime, Basu learned something special. There's a fish in the ocean that can cure his wife. So he buys the fish Singh brought back to his country. He also feeds it to his guest, who had already fed it to his wife. Basu wants to feed this fish to the entire country, which will help him recover even more. Could earn more money and fame. But here, this marks the beginning of a dangerous end. Because due to melting of polar ice, a dangerous mutation in fish genes, the virus had come because eating that fish. After this, no human being will remain alive. A living being will become a ravenous corpse, a zombie. Now Basu's guests and managers eat this fish, and only then what is happening? Everyone is unaware that this is a sign of doom. Unaware of all this, Singh finishes his work and returns to his wife, Prin. His wife tries to convince him, "Look, don't do such dangerous things. I love you very much, and if you die, what will happen to me?" But Sean promises her, "Don't worry, dear. Nothing's going to happen." Prin is on her way to work, as she's a doctor at the town's only hospital. Prin is accompanying her friend Min and her son Bunny to the hospital. Like any other day, she arrives at the hospital and begins her work, as she has a surgery today. But then the director calls him and says that Mr. Basu's wife has come to our hospital, and the fish whose Mr. Basu told her about has arrived. We'll try it and see if it can revive his wife. However, Prin rebukes the director, saying, "We haven't even tested the fish yet. It might not be fit for humans." But the director refuses to listen, and the two argue. His manager was injured and infected. Unbeknownst to Basu, his entire staff, who had all eaten fish, were also at the hospital. One of the guests was the first to become a zombie. He bit a nurse who also became a zombie. He was now roaming around the hospital as a zombie. Prin and the director also saw him, and now he was here. This film gets off to a great start, because now this entire hospital is naked. Tadeng was about to become a zombie haven. Whoever the zombies were biting, they too became zombies. He was becoming a man. And now in this hospital, the patient population decreases and the zombie population increases. These zombies also go outside the hospital. They come out and start biting people. And now they were also becoming zombies. But now the situation, the government should take action before things get worse. This news is revealed and the army decides to block entry or exit of the hospital. News is spread that no one will be going to the hospital today, and Singh hears this news. He loved his wife and becomes worried about her. Therefore, he heads to the hospital. There was a crowd of many people here to see their relatives, but the army wasn't letting anyone in. Suddenly, a man falls from the roof. When the army officers go to check on him, they think he's dead, but he's still alive and bites an army officer, who also becomes a zombie. Seeing so many zombies in front of them, everyone standing outside becomes terrified. This causes a stampede, and the opportunity is lost. Seeing this, Singh went inside the hospital. But inside the hospital, Singh isn't alone. There's an entire army of zombies slowly killing the remaining survivors. Some are dying, others are becoming zombies. The survivors are trying to save themselves, while Singh tries to find his wife, but she's hiding in a room with the director. The director is very scared, so Ren goes around to check if there's a way out. Just then, she hears a voice behind her. Turning around, she finds that the director has also become a zombie, having been bitten by one. He now wants to kill her, but before he can, Ren pushes him away and runs away. When she gets outside, she sees zombies everywhere and she's unsure where to go. But then he hears Singh's voice, who has arrived and is in the control room, informing Rin of his location. Rin is also relieved to hear that her husband has finally come to her rescue. But it won't be easy for Singh either. Now almost everyone in the hospital had become zombies. And if any of these zombies escaped, you can imagine the consequences for the city. The government took this situation very seriously and decided to blow up the hospital. A 30-minute timer was set, after which all the zombies would be destroyed, along with the hospital and the people inside. He was unaware. He kept going up, searching for his wife. Now, because Singh was a good boxer, he was able to fight off all these zombies effectively. He reached the top, where he met Bunny, the son of his wife's friend, Ming. Just as a zombie was about to attack Bunny, Singh saved him. Bunny told Singh that hit the zombie on the head. This will kill it quickly. One will go. Singh does the same, and the child's words turn out to be true. He dies soon after. Singh then asks Bunny about Rin, and Bunny already knows Rin because he was her best friend's son, and he too needs to find his mother. So Bunny and Leo begin their journey upwards. Meanwhile, we see Rin, unaware of all this, trying to escape for her life. She's trying. And she's doing this very cautiously because she never knows which zombie will come from which direction. She sees on the camera that Mr. Basu is still okay, so she thinks she'll be safe in that place with Mr. Basu. So she goes to Mr. Basu, and Mr. Basu opens the door. Now she's safe with Mr. Basu, but she's crying a lot here because she doesn't know what to do. Rin feels a little relieved after hearing this. Maybe she will survive, and Basu tells Rin that I love my wife very much. She has a fatal disease, and even after eating fish, she hasn't recovered. So she needs a blood transfusion. So can you please bring some blood? Now, since Rena she was a doctor and her job was to save people, so she decides to go out and she will bring blood. So she will go to take blood. She goes outside, and Singh and Bunny, fighting zombies in the hospital to save the two women, find Ming. Ming is overjoyed to see her son and tells Singh that Rin is upstairs, but she also tells him to take Bunny with him. However, Bunny tells his mother, "Mom, please come with me too." But he sees that his mother has a bite. She's been bitten by a zombie. Singh takes Bunny and leaves, and as they leave, Ming transforms into a dangerous zombie. Now, Singh and Bunny must reach Run by any means necessary. So they head upstairs, where Rin has also come to collect blood. But the zombies spot her and want to kill her. But who could possibly touch the ring while her husband Singh is there? Singh puts his life at stake, fights zombies and saves his wife Rin, and he escapes with Bunny. And now the army has reached Basu. Basu, however, is a good man. He tells the army that they should bring doctors with them and that he was talking about Rin, and the army has to agree. So he starts going towards Rin, and on the other hand, Singh also starts looking towards both of them. He was trying to escape from here, and now, as soon as Singh steps forward, claiming the army shot him, as they were given clear instructions to kill everyone, whether zombie or human. Rain breaks down in tears after seeing her husband's condition. But the army drags him out of the scene, taking Bunny with them. But hearing the gunfire, an entire army of zombies arrives. Singh realizes he needs to find his wife and Bunny. He has to save both. So without caring for himself, he gets up, and now he faces both the army and the zombies. Meanwhile, many army men are killed and many are turned into zombies. But Singh is protecting his wife from all these people. Meanwhile, Rin sees that Basu's wife is regaining consciousness. Actually, she shouldn't be because she is becoming a zombie. Basu tells Rin that no, I will not leave here. I will not leave my wife. I'll stay here with him. You go. Rin realizes he loves his wife deeply, and later his wife snatches him away. The entire zombie army, led by the sound, converges on Basu, ending Basu's story. But Singh, still alive, takes his entire family and races to the rooftop, where an army helicopter is waiting for them. He can get them out of here. But on the way, the entire zombie army surrounds the three of them. So Singh calls the entire zombie army to his side and signals his wife to head to the roof. His wife reaches the roof, and the military is about to escort her out. But Rain urges them to wait a moment. My husband is coming too, although the army men also agreed to his point. But poor Ren didn't know that her husband was now surrounded by zombies, and those zombies could kill him at any moment. But the danger here wasn't just zombies. The building itself was about to be destroyed. Time was running out, and now the army understood this. So he took Rin and Bunny with him and started to leave. They were about to take off when Singh managed to reach the roof. He arrives, but now he sees his wife leaving, and Run can also see her husband. She cries and screams, but it's no use. Singh also understands that he was a boxer and would die fighting. The entire zombie army comes after Singh, and he's left to fend for himself. He's fighting them all alone, but time runs out. The entire building is destroyed, and Singh dies in front of her eyes. She watches her husband die. It was a very emotional moment, man. Well, what can we do? A few months pass, and now Rain and Bunny are together. And friends, whatever you were sad about, let me take away your sadness. Because in the movie's post-credits scene, our hero Singh is shown having just survived, which came out of an iron tank.